There are places on the map you think you know, places that seem to have their stories already written, their secrets already told. You see their names, maybe you've heard a few facts, but they're just dots and lines, distant and abstract. For me, North Macedonia was never one of those places. It was a name I'd skimmed past in atlases, a country I'd heard mentioned in passing but never truly considered. It was a blank space in my mental map, a place that felt both mysterious and overlooked. The idea of going there felt almost rebellious. North Macedonia sounded distant, complicated, maybe a little rough around the edges. A place you pass through on your way somewhere else, not a destination in itself. It was the kind of place that made you wonder what you'd find if you stopped and stayed a while. But here's the thing, maps are liars. They can show you borders and cities, but they never reveal the soul of a place. They don't show you the warmth of a smile, the energy of a street, or the feeling of stepping into the unknown. My first hours in Skopje were a beautiful confusion. I wandered through ancient Ottoman bazaars, their narrow lanes alive with the scent of spices and the sound of laughter. I stared up at brutalist concrete blocks, relics of a different era, standing shoulder to shoulder with ornate old facades. And then, everywhere I looked, there were brand new statues, dozens of them, jumbled together with centuries-old buildings, as if the city was trying to tell its story all at once, in every language it knew. It was chaotic, a little mad, and utterly compelling. The city pulsed with a kind of restless energy, a sense that it was still inventing itself, still deciding what it wanted to be. This wasn't a country fading into the background, it was loudly, proudly, figuring out its identity, unafraid to be bold and a little bit brash. Every corner felt like a statement, every street a declaration that North Macedonia was here, and it mattered. And then came the real revelation. The price of a coffee, a meal, a taxi ride, shockingly affordable. Suddenly the city felt open, accessible, a place where you could say yes to things without hesitation. Here, life felt possible. Affordability meant freedom. The freedom to linger over another beer with new friends, to order that extra plate of food just because it looked interesting, to let curiosity guide your day instead of your budget. It meant the freedom to try a new dish, to taste flavors you'd never imagined, to let your senses lead you into the heart of a culture that was both familiar and entirely new. It meant the freedom to hop on a bus to a town you can't pronounce, to let the road take you somewhere unexpected, to trust that adventure was waiting just around the bend. You throw away the map and let the place wash over you. You stop worrying about the itinerary and start living in the moment, letting the city's rhythm become your own. North Macedonia isn't a footnote, it's a headline waiting to be read. It's a story that's still being written, and you get to be a part of it, even if just for a little while. The country pulls you in, sits you at its table and insists you have another glass. It welcomes you not as a stranger, but as a guest, eager to share its food, its stories and its laughter. The most rewarding journeys are often to the places we knew the least about, the places that surprise us, challenge us and change the way we see the world. The places that don't have a script, that invite you to write your own story, to fill the pages with your own discoveries and memories. The best travel isn't about seeing what you expect, but about discovering what you never thought to look for. It's about letting yourself be surprised, about finding beauty in the unexpected, and about realizing that sometimes the places you know the least about are the ones that leave the deepest mark. And as I set out that first morning, suitcase in hand and heart wide open, I knew one thing for sure. I was just getting started. Skopje wears its history and ambitions on its sleeve, a bewildering mashup of time periods, cultures and dreams. Here, the city's skyline is a living timeline, where centuries-old minarets and medieval fortresses stand shoulder to shoulder with glass towers and bold modernist visions. Every corner tells a different story, and every street seems to pull you in a new direction. One minute you're in the old bazaar, surrounded by the scent of Turkish coffee and echoes of the Ottoman past. The cobblestone lanes are alive with the chatter of merchants, the clinking of copper cups, and the aroma of spices drifting from open doors. It's a place where tradition is not just preserved, but lived, where every sip of coffee connects you to centuries of history. Cross the stone bridge, and you're in a world of colossal statues and bold new architecture. The controversial Skopje 2014 project. Suddenly you're surrounded by neoclassical facades, grand fountains, and monuments that seem to have sprung up overnight. It's a dramatic leap from the past to a vision of the future, all within a few steps. Beyond the monuments lies the city's brutalist legacy, born from the 1963 earthquake, raw, honest, and resilient. These concrete giants, with their stark lines and imposing forms, tell a story of survival and reinvention. They're not always beautiful, but they are undeniably powerful, a testament to Skopje's ability to rebuild and redefine itself. Skopje doesn't ask you to choose which version you prefer. It simply presents itself, contradictions and all. Locals and visitors mingle in the city's squares, each person bringing their own story to the mosaic. The city's energy is restless, always shifting, always surprising. Start your day with burek, marvel at the monuments, and let the city's flavors and sights guide you. Whether you're savoring a flaky pastry in a sunlit cafe or wandering through a maze of statues, Skopje offers a feast for the senses at every turn. End your night in a student bar, where laughter and music spill out onto the streets, and the city's youthful spirit comes alive. Here, the future feels as real as the past, and every night is a new beginning. The city is still arguing with itself, and invites you to listen in, to become part of its ongoing story. In Skopje, contradictions aren't hidden. They're celebrated, woven into the very fabric of daily life. If Skopje is the heart, Ohrid is North Macedonia's tranquil soul. The journey there winds through mountains, ending at the shimmering expanse of Lake Ohrid, one of Europe's oldest and deepest. The town tumbles to the water's edge, a jumble of red roofs and stone streets, steeped in centuries of history. Churches and chapels are everywhere, but the postcard view is the Church of St. John at Caneo, perched above the lake. Walk the boardwalk, take in the panorama, and let the world's noise fade away. In the evenings, the lakeside promenade comes alive with music and laughter. Hire a boat, swim in crystal water, or just sit and let Ohrid's magic get under your skin. To understand North Macedonia, you have to eat. Food here is culture, history, and connection. Meals are invitations, not transactions. Macedonian cuisine is a blend of Balkan, Mediterranean, and Ottoman influences. Ajvar, shopska salata, and rakica are the holy trinity. Grilled meats like kabapi and pljeskavica, and the beloved tavče gravče bean stew are staples. The best food is found in humble kafanas and bakeries, not fancy restaurants. A meal for two with drinks often costs less than a single appetizer in London or Paris. This affordability lets you be adventurous. Order what you can't pronounce, trust your waiter. Eating here is a conversation, a way to slow down and connect, even without words. To feel North Macedonia's pulse, leave the cities and head for the hills. The landscape is rugged, wild, and breathtaking. National parks like Mavrovo and Pelister are havens for nature lovers. Mavrovo's half-submerged church is a haunting symbol of endurance. In the villages, life moves at a different pace. Traditions are preserved, and hospitality is deep. Hike to hidden waterfalls, stay in a family guest house, wake to cowbells and wood smoke. This is the North Macedonia that doesn't make the guidebooks: quiet beauty, ancient traditions, and profound peace. The real treasure of North Macedonia is its people. Forget the stereotype of the stoic Balkan. Here, warmth and openness are everywhere. A simple question leads to coffee, a meal, or a story. In markets, vendors offer tastes before you buy. In towns, strangers strike up conversations. I remember a kafana in Prilep. Within minutes, I was family, sharing rakia and stories. This spirit makes North Macedonia safe and welcoming, especially for solo travelers. You arrive a stranger, but you leave with friends. You can't talk about North Macedonia's spirit without talking about its women. They are the backbone, matriarchs, entrepreneurs, storytellers, and friends. In kitchens and businesses, they blend tradition and modernity with strength and wit. I recall a grandmother orchestrating a feast, sharing recipes and laughter. In Ohrid, a guesthouse owner became a philosopher and friend over coffee. Macedonian women are the quiet power and warm heart that keep the nation's spirit alive. North Macedonia is gloriously cheap. Your money stretches further than you'd imagine. Eat like a king at bakeries and markets. Burek for breakfast, a picnic of tomatoes and cheese for lunch, kebapi or tavci gravcha for dinner. Intercity buses are reliable and cost next to nothing. Taxis are affordable too. Hostels and guest houses are clean, friendly and social. Look for Sobi signs in small towns. Stay with a local family for a true cultural experience. With a little planning, you can live comfortably on £30 to £40 a day, with plenty left for an extra beer or a boat trip. What's the takeaway? Go, and go now! Don't wait for the perfect moment, or for North Macedonia to become the next big thing on every travel list. The magic is in discovering it before the crowds do, while its spirit is still raw and real. North Macedonia is still wonderfully itself, a place where travelers are guests, not just customers. Here you're welcomed with genuine smiles, and every encounter feels personal, not transactional. The warmth of the people is as unforgettable as the landscapes. The secret is getting out, but the clock is ticking. Each year more travelers are drawn to its lakes, mountains and vibrant cities. Soon the quiet corners and untouched beauty may be harder to find. This is your chance to see a piece of Europe before it's polished for mass tourism. Wander cobblestone streets that still echo with history, and experience traditions that haven't been packaged for postcards. Its beauty is in the chaos, the stillness, the food, and the warmth of its people. From lively markets to tranquil lakesides, every moment is a blend of old and new, chaos and calm. You'll leave with stories, flavors, and a new perspective. The memories you make here will linger long after you've returned home, shaping the way you see the world. North Macedonia rewards the curious and the adventurous. Whether you're hiking through wild national parks, exploring ancient monasteries, or simply getting lost in a new city, there's always something unexpected waiting for you. If you're tired of the same old destinations, book that ticket. Step outside your comfort zone and into a place where every day brings a new discovery, and every meal is a celebration. Come with an open mind and an empty stomach. Let the flavors surprise you, and let the conversations with locals open your heart to a different way of life. This isn't just another trip, it's an invitation to be part of a story still being written. You'll become a character in the unfolding tale of a country on the brink of discovery. Subscribe for more journeys to places that matter. We'll keep exploring the world's hidden gems, and you'll be the first to know where to go next. There's a whole world out there waiting to be explored, one meal, one conversation at a time. North Macedonia is calling. Will you answer?